when reality starts kicking in that this isn't going away anytime soon, and then people start feeling trapped and feeling controlled and not knowing what to do with themselves, you start seeing this kind of implosion. March of 2020 is when it started, the pandemic. And I remember I was in Ojai, California at a summit, a global summit I do. And we had a few hundred people there, 200 or 300 people. And the world was literally, it shut down the day this summit ended. And I remember speaking to the group and saying, you're going into a different world. The world's changed. We're in a bubble here. And the world is not going to be the same on the other side of it. Most people there didn't believe me. Because people are just going along, right? But and that was March 2020. And then within 2-3 weeks, you suddenly, at first the first week or two, people are like, oh, I get to stay home from work. This is like snow day or something. But then when reality starts kicking in that this isn't going away anytime soon, and then people start feeling trapped and feeling controlled and not knowing what to do with themselves, you start seeing this kind of implosion. And then fast forward to second half of March through May, that 2 or 3 month period, people were so suppressed and stuffed down energetically. And then when that happened, you suddenly saw the floodgates open up. Now, okay, there's the issue of George Floyd, but that's not what I'm pointing to here. I'm pointing to the sea of humanity. And what happened there with people is people don't know what to do with energy and all that, suppressed anger and rage and fear and uncertainty that likely they were living with. I mean, that was already there for most people well before the pandemic, but people were occupied. Maybe they had purpose in life. They had jobs, they had activities, or they totally distracted and entertained and just, on the go, busy. So suddenly you force quit, you press pause, and suddenly it all catches up to you. And you don't know what to do with all that energy. So when the George Floyd thing, okay, some people were legitimately outraged and what have you, but the majority of people that used an event like that to unleash their personal, all that pent up, like Jack in the Box, it's like turning on a fire hydrant and just not knowing what to do with it. And just, it spilled out not only into the streets, it spilled out into social media, it spilled out into our culture, our society, into humanity at large. It went through the whole US, North America, and then it went global. And the whole planet was in like a volcanic eruption of toxic debris. Now, media plays on it like, oh, this is all because of George Floyd. But if you are half awake and you know about people, you know about humanity and what runs people or how people operate, you could just see people were from imploding to exploding. And it just gives me an excuse to, it's like New Year's Eve, give me an excuse to party. I mean, they needed some event like that. And then the media played on it. And then the world changed right there. The division that is set in amongst people and amongst humanity, and the division within people, within themselves. I mean, suicide's off the charts. Drug use is off the charts, depression, anxiety. I mean, big pharma is they cannot keep up with the demand of psychotropics, antidepressants, and they just can't keep up with it, like the demand. It's interesting, but where does the dust settle? Because it's not settling. It's not settling for most people, for humanity. You could say there's this greater conspiracy out there. There's a conspiracy inwardly. Consider there's a conspiracy inwardly against truth. There's an enemy within that doesn't want you to wake up, that doesn't want you to prosper and flourish. It's very strange. We all have that. We're all born into doubt, and the truth is the way out of doubt. But when there's this conspiracy within and without to suppress truth and have doubt, it's inevitable to live a life in darkness. People compensate, right? People, they find exit doors, or they find hacks or workarounds. You get success, get, more money will make me happy, or give me freedom, or more, sex, or more, drugs, or more friends, or more something. But what ends up happening is, we get the crux of it. No matter where you're going awry, consider that you do not have your priorities straight.